Hello, this is Kathy reading chapter 19, Ego, of Me, Myself, and Us, Our Energies, Your Power. Your ego is what keeps you from seeing a different side of the story. Your ego is going to jump in within a couple of seconds while you're trying to decide something. The ego compares, criticizes, complains, and also tries to protect us. Your ego protects the things that you hide behind because you're afraid of this or that or of something that happened earlier in your life. Your ego is dynamic and it changes depending on what feelings that you have and what you're going through at that time. Our egos are serious. If it steps in enough, you get fear, and that is actually a safety factor. And pushing against the problem is not always about fighting against it. Examples could be giving your excuses, defending yourself, complaining, or even talking about other people. Fighting against something, even though sometimes it is a great, wonderful, and most loving cause, will bring more of what you don't want into life. What are you focusing on is the question. Ego does a lot of things for you that are very positive, but you can't let it run your life because you become really self-centered in a narcissistic kind of way. If you live in an egocentric existence, there's a separation between you, yourself, and your higher self. You are divided if you are stuck in ego, stuck in your mind. Your ego closes your mind. No matter how smart or brilliant you are, the mind is still limited compared to the energy or that other part of you, the biggest part, the best part. Your ego definitely is trying to protect you, but your ego is also playing with you, like Source does, and giving you different ways to think about things or trying to make you take the longer path. Is your ego tricking you with an ulterior motive, a programmed offer that is brought to you by society? Or is it what's in the food and drinks or in the environmental toxins consumed every day and also stored in your systems that confuse you? Your brain and systems can be controlled by sugar and crap. Please watch my podcasts on my other YouTube channel under Kathy Copperthwaite. One of the things you have to do is eat and drink a little bit cleaner and also release your fears or grief about anything that you can't do crap about. They are no longer needed in your thoughts. They are no longer needed for you in this life right now. Instead, exchange it for something higher up on that positive emotional scale. You can deliberately choose to feel better if you let go of that fear. There's no need for that anymore. You are taken care of if you believe. And what you think about your source? If your God is that powerful, then you are definitely going to be okay, as long as you be you and not somebody else. Your source wants you to live your life, your best life, and yes, be with other people. You have to have interpersonal relationships. Sometimes you need to be independent, be with yourself, and in some circumstances, you need other individual personalities around. Absolutely. By thinking, you're trying to find a solution, and a lot of it is usually based on fear, worry, and doubt. That's all I mean about getting out of your mind. Just say, yeah, it'll be okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be great. We are, and this is you and your source, going to work towards it. Everything always works out for me. And what you do is what you're supposed to do for yourself. And you know darn well that your stress would be less if you just relax a little bit. Stress fuels diseases and illnesses. Stress fuels aging. Stress fuels your inability to do things that you want to accomplish with yourself, with your body, with your jobs, even with your relationships. And what's the best way to get rid of stress? Don't worry so much about things. Laugh more. Give yourself that 15 minutes today and every day to try to find the positives in everything. It might seem a little hard at first, but then it gets so easy, and you're just giggling about things that would normally make you upset. You know, you just have to follow your heart because it's not ever going to let you down. When you start thinking about things mentally, your thoughts will amplify the stress or the doubt that you're going through. If you follow your heart or your gut feelings, it will always be a little bit easier and quicker. Use your first and second brains, your heart and your gut, before the third one or the thinking one. Thinking is necessary, but emotions are better if you want something. Every child is the strongest with emotions and can be more than we are, like holy shit more than us, until society kicks in. And this goes back many, many generations, so don't get mad. Everybody has been trained by society. That is why it is so good to be with your inner child every day, and it is so good to play like a child too. Watch a child giggle and laugh. How many times a day compared to an adult? 20 times versus 250 to 300 times or more for a child. Imagine if people did that a couple more times a day, just laughing most of the time, you know? When you're playing and having fun, it's a natural way to clear your mind. Get out of your mind, get out of your thinking, get out of your head, get out of your way. Imagine how powerful and good and great you really are or could be just from having a good time. The laws have been here and they're here to stay. It is so fun. I love the law of attraction and I love the law of momentum, and I'm so glad that I know what I know now and can share it with all of you. You are a power of influence. Thank you very much for listening, and until next week, I love you.